when I first started doing insurance, I had to come up with an easy way, what I call a footprint of identifying what a company or a carrier needs to have in order for it to help me make more money. All right? So a lot of you guys don't know this, but I started as an agent about 10 years ago on a call center. Some of you guys heard this before, but I started in a call center making $0 an hour at 20% commission. The reason why I always tell people this is because you need to realize that you're in a freaking amazing place. And some people still are every day here showing up to work complaining about their circumstances, how much you're getting paid, how hard you work, how blah, 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 making excuses.
Yeah, Chris.
So when I came to this role, I said, you know what? I had worked for this company before, but not from the care perspective. I actually sold their products, and I said, all right, all carriers offer the same things. What are the things that I could teach you guys to actually make a difference? So I came up with 8 things that it's important for me to identify when I was working with the carrier. And when I was going through the blueprint, guess what? Casually, American Amicable, and I promise you this was not intentional, they did have those 8 things that I was looking for when I was writing policies. Now, I did write a lot of policies, I promise you that, and I'm not telling you that to brag, but I'm telling you that is because I know exactly what are the hard things that happen in your daily lives with the carriers, with the products, with the systems, with the processes, because I live them all. Now, I wish I could improve them all, but the reality is carriers tend to be a little bit of bureaucratic world, and not everything can be changed that easily. But it is important for you guys for us to have this conversation so that we can actually work towards improving them one day, right? Hopefully before we die, but one day. So the first thing, and I'm going to write the 8 things here in the board. The first thing I was always looking from a carrier is that they had variety of products in the same portfolio. All right, so we're going to put it here. I promise you I'm going to do a better job than Mel. Okay? 1. So we're going to put here all products under one umbrella. So a lot of you guys raised up your hand, and guess what? I wish when I started, I wish, all right, in a perfect world, all I wanted to write was IULs and annuities. Because that's where the big money is. But that was not the reality. When I first started, and what I want you guys to think is all your new team members, because I know all of you guys are great at recruiting, all your new members, I want you to go back in time and think for a second how you felt after you studied for your actual exam. Did you remember half of the things that you had to study for? Did you realize what the actual concept of an IUL and annuity was? What makes you think that the new people coming in are supposed to get this in the first months? What makes you think that a client that you just told them about how it works is supposed to grasp how this works? See, but a lot of people don't realize that everything we do here in sales is about psychology. And that's a big part of your success. If you're sitting down with a client that barely went to high school, and you talk about investment and about all these things, you think he's going to take that policy or he's going to think about it? So we have to learn how to recognize when is it the right time to use what carriers. That's the importance of having all products under one umbrella. So American Amicable, because I do have to talk about them, right? Because they pay me for it. Not just kidding. I truly love the company. We have term products. So let's write them down. We have term products. We have return a premium with term. By the way, guys, what is more expensive? Return. All right, let me rephrase this. What's more expensive in terms of the actual cost of insurance? A term or return a premium with term? A term. I can guarantee you, and this is one of the things I learned, and I'm going to make a quick pause here because the first year I started making sales, I was writing a lot of term because it was the easiest to sell, especially over the phone, I'm not going to lie. But guess what? I was able to double my income in my first year as soon as I switched the chip and I started offering the return of premium in a different way. I was able to show every single client that this product, even though they were paying more monthly, would cost them less. Because 70% of everything they paid was going to be returned back to their pocket. They didn't have to wait 20 years. They didn't have to wait 30 years. If they at some point wanted to access that money, it was there. They will lapse the policy, so that's not the recommendation, but the money was there. So when I actually show them that a policy here might cost them $40, a policy here might cost them $20, guess which one they're going to buy? Now, one of the most important things when you're selling return of premium is to make sure that the client understands how much he's paying for the actual insurability. Why? Because if he thinks that he's paying for a term $150, and the reality, the actual cost of that insurability is only $20, when someone else comes and tells him, hey, because remember, they don't have that education like you do, and they tell them, hey, I have a policy that's going to cost you $50, cancel that one. What are they going to do? They're going to cancel that $115. But if you tell them, remember, this policy is going to cost you $20. I prove this to you. And by the way, in 20 years, if you didn't die, you have 30 grand right there, 40 grand. Now, would I buy the one that cost me 40 or the one that cost me 20? Would I buy the one that gives me something in 20 years or the one that doesn't give me anything? Am I going to offer an IUL or annuity to someone that can barely write and read, or I'm going to probably start with something more basic? If I'm a new agent, am I going to start with selling annuities, or I might start with something a little bit more simple? See, the key of success here is understanding and actually thinking where our people are and connecting with them. So when you actually take a minute and help them put money in their pocket fast, that's the best way that we can guarantee that they don't leave. We are here in this business school, so we believe that we're giving them, showing them a better way. True or false? True. So by not doing things the right way, sometimes we don't realize that we are the ones that are pushing them away. Who has kids here? Someone that's new that has kids. New. Remind me your name.
Carrie.
Carrie. You got how many kids?
7.
7 kids. Shoo.
I like it.
Now, Carrie, 7 kids. Let's say you've been doing this for 6 months. If you don't get paid, can you live 6 months without a paycheck? Is it important to you to start making some money in order for you not to go somewhere else? 92% of the agents actually start doing Uber or doing something else because they don't see the money. Now, I want you to think for a second. If I ask you to focus in one carrier, you think you'll be more successful, or you will be a little bit better if you have to learn? How many carriers do we have in the platform every time you guys quote? 50. Let's make things simple for them. American Amicable might not be the end carrier where you are when you sell 2-3 years down the line, but it is one of the best carriers for you to start when you're starting as a new agent. It's one of the easiest, and we have all types of products. We have term return premium, we have final expenses. Final expenses is one of the easiest ways to get started in this industry. It's proven. One of the things I said the other day in one of the trainings is, how many of you guys buy the lottery? The Mega Million, the Powerball? Smart people. Now, I want you to think for a second, if you ever go to Publix and you see a line for people buying the Mega Million, what age range are they? Are they here?
They're like 5 baby boomers.
All right, so whenever you're writing a final expense policy, ask your client, do you like playing the Mega Million? I guarantee you 95% of the time he says yes. And then ask him, what are the chances of you winning that money? 0.0001. Now, what if we can ask them, what if I can guarantee you where you buy an actually lottery ticket and you're guaranteed to win 100% at least $25,000, $50,000? Would you buy that lottery ticket? That's life insurance, guys. But it's all about the perspective. People call it life insurance, but there's 110 million ways that we can actually present this to people or make analogies in order for them to actually say, you know what, that's kind of true. Now, some people say, you know, well, I'm not going to be able to enjoy the $50,000, but that's also not true because we have policies like participating whole life, IULs, that actually help us do a lot of things with that money through our life, right? So, final expenses, one of the most important areas. I would say it's one of the strongest of ours. We have UL policies. Now, UL is nowhere close near an IUL. They never fall in the conclusion or think that they're similar because they're not. Their performance is like very different, and the purpose of these policies are very different. But I've said this a couple of times. We are also launching an IUL in the middle of the year and a whole life participating product. All of them, both of them, like all of our products are going to be simplified issue to $500,000. And I think it's unlucky for them. We're going to come and compete hard. I'm excited. So we'll call this coming soon. We'll get there. All right. So what was the number one? We need to have all products focused in one company. Okay? Do we have those here? Yes. One of the other products that you should always have in your portfolio and you should be cross-selling every freaking policy that you're selling, it's an accidental policy. If you're selling an IUL, if you're saying a final expense, if you're selling a term policy, pay $20 extra a month and add $200,000, $300,000 extra in AD&D. That will increase the numbers automatically. Ask your client, $20 more a month, would you like to have $200,000 extra of accidental life insurance? You'll be surprised how many people will say yes. How many AD&D policies did you sell to that lady?
She's got 3 right now, right?
3.
3. She's looking for another. We're going to have that in the next day or so.
So if you ever wonder what's the name of that policy, accidental death benefit, it's called Security Protector.
We got 4 actually.
4. We're going for a 5th one.
This will be 5th. Yeah. She's had some accidents in her family, deaths, and she's got regular life insurance, and she just,
Yeah. All right. Numbers. Second thing I'm looking for a company to have, easy application process, guys. Come on. There's some companies that still make our life miserable. I've heard people that are still wanting a paper app, sign, footprint, date of birth, P. Guys, make your life simple. Like, if you really want a $5 million policy, by all means, go through the hard process. But if you're writing this freaking same term, the freaking same final expense, don't wait 3 weeks to get paid. Well, if you want to, it's okay. I never wanted to. I'll tell you why. We have someone here. Coach, come here. We have someone in here that went to see a client. He wrote a policy in the morning, and he got a call at night. What did they tell you?
Yeah, you passed what?
That same freaking day.
Yeah. What? Same day.
And a lot of people might say this. Well, if he already signed, he's already covered. Well, no. You know why? Because you don't know what the results are. If the client never did the medical test, completed the actual process, you don't even know if he's eligible or not. So do yourself, and sometimes selling the cheapest thing is not always the right answer. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but sometimes it's not the best decision. And hey, it might be different for multiple scenarios, multiple companies. I'm not saying one is right, one is wrong, but make your life simple. You know, help them get insured, okay? So easy application process. Our application process is 4 steps. If you've done it, you've seen it. Quote, underwriting questions, client's information, and signature. It is one of the easiest processes that I've seen out there. And if you disagree with it, it's okay. Please raise your hand. I was going to kick you.
I was still laughing about you, how you see might be like that.
All right, number 3. If the company does not have signature options, I don't want to work with them. Trust me. When I started working in that call center, I spent 45 minutes talking to a 80-year-old, and then he finally agrees on it. And then I asked him, please, can you pull up your email? His answer was, what is that? Can you send it to my home? Can you bring it? I'm like, If you don't have signature process, like, guys, we're in 2024. Some of these companies still want us to send the pigeon. I don't know. Seriously. We have 4 types of signature processes. We have text signature. It's one of the easiest. Like someone said today, don't do it if you've never tried it. Because it's easy, but you need to do it at least once before. All right? We have email signature, we have in-person signature, and we have voice signature. Where's those? Orlando, you've used the voice signature, right?
It's awesome because you can send insurance Monday through Sunday. You don't have to wait for no time. It's pretty awesome. You read a script and you're good. It records it to American Amicable. Then you get an instant decision right away.
You can do it in Spanish or English, because there's a lot of people I know you have Spanish markets. So you have options, all right? Number 4. I'm not working with a company that doesn't pay daily. Hell no. I used to work with a couple of companies that used to pay me bi-weekly, weekly. I know FFL pays you pretty quick, but if we don't pay you guys quick, then what's the whole point? What's the most important part of your business? Cash flow. Especially if you're starting. So if you have a new agent and you want them to make money so that they don't get distracted, so they don't have to deviate from the business, what do they need? Cash flow. What do they need? Leads. A lot of them don't. We'll talk about leads in a minute because I have a couple of ideas of what can help. But you need a company that pays you daily. Point. So, quick pay. I don't know, maybe when I started, I was in a different place of my life. So I knew that I needed, and I used to sell a lot of AmAm, but I know that if I needed money for the weekend, which maybe wasn't the right purpose, but I needed money for Friday. I wanted to have fun. I was like 20 years old. So I knew I needed to submit an app or two to be safe, just in case one gets denied or delayed before Tuesday. Because Wednesday, they'll go ahead and process it. Thursday, it was already hitting my account. Friday, I could spend. And I know that's not the right meaning, but hey, it's okay to also have money for yourself. I mean, we work pretty hard. Raise up your hand if you don't work hard. Except Shannon. She says sugar mama, but whatever. TikTok, there you go. All right, so number 5, and this is where I'm going to spend a little bit of time because I think this is where you guys are going to have the most value. I'll put it here. I only have 5 copies. You don't need this. This is just so that you can see it. Because Aaron said that we had no ink because our budget for the ink is low. So you can take a look, pass it around. But our AD&D program, guys, this is a program that we created to provide free life insurance, accidental life insurance for your customers. And not just customers, for any person walking on life. Now, I'm going to explain it really quickly, and then I'm going to tell you how to use it. How does it work? You can provide up to $5,000 of accidental death insurance to anybody that you please. Now, like everything in life, nothing is free, right? Someone has to pay it. So it is free for the customer, but you're going to be paying the premium for the $5,000, and it's going to cost you $2 a year. $2 a year for a $5,000 accidental policy, it's going to be taken out of your future commission. How are you going to use it? You can use it in the individual way, or you can use it in the masses way. Individual way. What's your name? Remind me. Joe? Dakota. Dakota. Dakota, almost. Got it. Dakota, think about 5 people right now that you truly love, that you want me to go ahead and deliver them their free life insurance policy on your behalf. Because if something happens to them, you're going to be their beneficiary too, by the way. It's going to cost them $0. Who are those people that you truly love?
My kids and their mom.
Okay. So that would be one. But you...
That would be 5.
Yeah. But the point is, you'll be able to get names and phone numbers out of people. That's the individual way. Now, this is what I call a $2 lead. Now, if you really want to get creative, I always say the same example because it's just easy, but who goes to church on Sundays? You know, what's the biggest problem they have in the churches right now? No, there's definitely, if they don't show up, maybe the person's not that good. They're paying for their funerals. You guys don't know this, but ask a priest how much of impact. A lot of these people don't have life insurance, and the first people that they look into asking for support is their church. So it's becoming a burden out there for the churches, for insurance. So what happens if you go to the church and you say, hey, pastor, would it be okay? I know that this is becoming a burden for this church, and you know, this is actually what I do for a living, and I want to do something special for our community. I am willing, with the company I work for, to pay for every single person that's coming to church. I want to pay for their life insurance. I'm going to give them for free $5,000 to every single person. All I'm asking you is to let me stand after the sermon, talk to them, educate them for 10 minutes, and just be able to let them know to come see me so I can go ahead and write their certificates for their free life insurance for 1 year. Would that be okay? If you have a church of 20 people, how many people you think they're going to come and see you? At least 10. It's free. Like, it's literally free. And by the way, Mr. Pastor, I want you to be the hero, not me. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to say that the church is actually sponsoring the life insurance because you do a lot for them. If you have 10 people, if you have a church of 50, how many people you think they're going to come collect their free life insurance? 20? All right. So that's what, 10 people? Ooh, my math's so good. Out of those people, how many people you can close? Yeah? So the whole point of the program is for you to be able to upsell them a policy. We do require at least for every 5 free policies that you give to at least write a real one with us so we can keep the program going. But guys, this is a $2 lead program. It doesn't get any cheaper and any better than that. Now, when you sit with those 10 people, are you just going to say, here's your policy? Even if they buy, you're going to say thank you. You're going to say, Orlando, thank you for your time. I think it's a great decision that you actually, protected your family. You still get the $5,000 free for a year for AD&D, okay? Now, I want you to really think, because what I want us to do is we're going to go ahead and send the certificate to 5 people that you care. It's not going to cost them anything. I'm going to tell them that you send that to them as a gift. Who do you want me to go and deliver this policy personally to? So out of those $2, now you have how many more leads?
5 more.
Would it be okay, Orlando, you think, if we actually give them a call just while you're here with me on the phone, so you're booking the appointment with the person on the line, because if you call, you might get denied. But if he's calling, what's going to happen? So Dave, do me a favor. Who was that person you want us to give the policy to? No, say Pancha, doesn't matter.
Whatever. Yeah.
All right.
Sally.
Who's important for you in your life? Who would you like to give?
Jane.
Okay, Sally. Sally. All right. So Here's the thing. We're going to give her free policies 1 year. It costs her nothing. And we're going to put you as their beneficiary, okay? So do me a favor. Call Sally so we can talk to her. I'm going to go ahead and I'll introduce myself. But what I'm going to do here is we're going to make sure that I can find a time where I can go deliver her policy personally or give her a call so she can receive her policy. Would that be okay?
Yep.
Take out your phone.
Yeah, hey Sally,
Go
this
ahead.
is Dave.
Hey, how you
Give
doing?
you a call.
So now,
I got Paula here with me. I want to put her on the phone for like 2 seconds. She's got something really cool for you. It's actually free. I'll let her talk to you. Hold on 1 second.
so now you're not even booking the appointment. You're having the people that are going to pay your appointment book the appointment for you.
I love the money stuff.
Guys, it's a lack of mindset. We've gotten so lazy and so focused on how to do the business in a traditional way. And there's so many ways. Post on your social media. Now, don't do, where's someone yesterday? No. He said, oh, I created a template, an email, and I put free life insurance and I sent it to a bunch of leads. I was like, how many people call you back? He said 0. How many of you guys receive something that says free and you click on it and you call back? Nobody. This is not a program to work. You have to make this personal, guys, if you want it to work. If you look for the easy way, it's going to fail, just like everything in life. You just have to be smart and know how to use it. But I promise you, especially for the people starting, the people that don't have that money, you don't have to go loan your car. You don't have to loan your car. You have to use American Amicable's AD&D program.
Amen.
And it costs you 0 interest. All right?